right, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of SideQuest Podcast. Listen in and level up. I have a great episode for you today, but first, as always, let's get through the show notes. If you're not following the Facebook page, head over to Facebook, type SideQuest Fitness into the search bar, and like the page. There, you're going to get updates on podcast episodes, articles when they get posted, and you're going to get a brand new taco recipe every Tuesday for taco camp. Plus lots of other shenanigans and nerd talk throughout the week, so make sure you head over to Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is SideQuestFM. If you want to see some cool videos and random stuff on Instagram as well, you can follow me on Instagram. Same handle, SideQuestFM. Or follow me on Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. Send me your questions. I want to get all the questions from you, help you as much as I can on your fitness journey or your journey in life, whatever it may be. But head over to Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. You get a little more personal, in-depth look at the shenanigans I get into throughout every day. But I do love getting questions from the community, so please send them out to me. If you have not left a review for the podcast, please head over to iTunes. If you're not listening on iTunes and you listen on SoundCloud or Stitcher, leave a review there as well. When you leave reviews, it helps me move up the charts on the iTunes store so that more people can see and hear the amazing guests that I've had on and have on each and every single week. So make sure you head over there. And don't forget, if you haven't picked up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss, head over to sidequestfitness.com/7 principles, and you can pick up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss. These are the same 7 principles I follow each and every day and teach my clients to help them shred away more body fat, unlock heroic strength, and just look better naked. So if you want to unlock strength or just look better naked in the mirror, head over again, grab those 7 principles of fat loss, and start following those today. All right, guys, I have a great episode for you today. I've gotten a couple questions from a few clients who have been battling back from illness. You know, it's the summer. Summer's been winding down, and ragweed gets kind of crazy. I have allergies. They were really bad while I was on vacation a little while ago. Well, not vacation, but in Texas, I got hit really hard with whatever demonic pollen is in Texas. But sometimes when you're sick or you're just getting back into the gym after a long break, maybe you had a long vacation, a lot of people wonder what to do, how to get back in the gym. Too many times you start right off the bat right where you were, and you crush yourself for days. So in this episode, we're going to go over how to get back in the gym after a break.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests, you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
We all get sick, and it sucks. We all take some breaks, go on vacation, and leave our fitness, wherever we are. But when you're sick, oh man, is it hard to really come back when you've just been dogged down by the flu, by allergies. When springtime comes and things start blooming, a lot of people can get hit and they're down and out for a little while. I had a horrible, horrible, horrible sickness when I was a kid. And no, I'm not talking about gingivitis. Thank you, South Park. I had mono. I wouldn't wish mono on my worst mortal enemy. Honestly, it would be more torturous for you to sit through a marathon of Yule Bowl movies than to get mono. And I'm not a fan of any movie he's produced because he basically destroyed Blood Rain. But mono sucks. It's awful. It honestly feels like you got hit by a fleet of Walmart trucks. And then after the fleet hit you, they backed back over your body. It decimated me for months. I mean, it took me almost half a season, almost 6, maybe 7 months to get back in the shape to play basketball when I was a kid. That's how bad mono was. It was awful. It's awful. But sometimes that's the stuff you got to battle back from, or you've got to battle back from other things. But you want to get back in the gym. So what do? You go back in the gym. You decide it's chest day because it's Monday. It's your first day back in the gym. You're a bro, right? You're going to hit some chest. You're going to hit some arms. Yeah, you're going to bro out. And the next day, you can't move your arms. you tried to lift weight that you were lifting a few months ago before your break, and the sets just didn't go that well, and now you're really, really sore. Comes the leg day, you're probably going to try the same thing, and then you're not going to be able to walk for a few days because you let your ego get in the way, and instead of getting yourself back in and knocking the cobwebs off, you decided to go in with a raging boner and try and fuck your way through everything and try and prove that you're a man and you can get it done. Guys, look. I've done a lot of really stupid things like getting off a flight, sleeping for about 3 hours, and then going through a pretty intense leg day. It was dumb. It was stupid. I should have gone home and gone to bed. But here's the thing. If you're listening to this right now and you have gotten sick, or anytime you get sick, I want you to take this advice. Don't do the stupid things I've done. God, now I sound like my father who said all those things when I was a kid. Do as I say, not as I do. That's what my dad used to say. Look, when it comes to getting back in shape or getting back into the gym after a break, after an illness, after a long vacation, hell, even after like a week-long trip, business trip, and you didn't get a chance to really work out, start slow. Always start slow. Don't try and set a 1-rep max record the week after you took time off or missed the gym. It's not going to work out too well. Just trust me on that one, okay? Start slow. Maybe you do 60-70% of your 1-rep max. Maybe you got enough to get a couple reps out of like 80, but start slow. Your body needs that time to recover, especially once you've been sick. It's been fighting the flu. It's been fighting bacteria. It's been fighting whatever. And for you one day to be like, yeah, I feel better, I feel great, your body might still be lagging behind. So start slow. Make sure you're doing plenty of good warm-ups to get the blood flowing. I have a 5-minute flow session, and you can check this out on the website as well, sidequestfitness.com/gym, and you can check out the 5-minute flow session that I do. But basic mobility exercises that really can get the blood flowing, get the joints lubricated. I love bent knee iron crosses, fire hydrants, runners, or like the runner stretch, the groiner stretch, as some people call it. The sumo squat to stand, so you get a real wide stance. Squat down as deep as you can, put your fingers on your toes, and then stand with your butt in the air and your head facing down and get a good stretch on the hamstrings. My favorite stretch before doing any sort of deadlifts. And just get plenty of joint circles. Roll your shoulders, roll the arms, move the wrists, get the legs, get the ankles, move it all around. And then spend some time, doing some bodyweight stuff. Bodyweight squats, jumping jacks, push-ups, side planks. Get the body warmed up. Get it ready to go for what you're about to put it through. Now, if you actually want to get a little bit of work in and you want to feel like you've done some work and you don't want to take it super slow, what I like to use is something I call 3-4-8. Now, when it comes to hypertrophy, we often hear, you've often seen that rep sets of 8 to 12 are the perfect golden ticket, and most guys will do 4 sets of 8 when they're in the gym. So what I like to do is do 3 days of 4 sets of 8. 4 sets of 8. You're getting 32 reps in, throughout the day, but you got 3 exercises. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's 3 days. 3 exercises. So Monday could be squat, seated dumbbell press, and a bent over barbell row. Each 4 sets of 8 of a moderate weight. All you're trying to do is get a little work in. Make the muscles feel like you're doing something. You're not trying to hammer heavy weight. Wednesday, bench press, pull-ups, maybe dumbbell Bulgarian split squats. So you're doing full body movements here, but you're getting yourself used to what you're doing. Getting your body warmed up and back in to the groove. Friday, you could do something very easy like trap bar deadlifts, barbell curls, because it's Friday. Duh, you got to curl on Friday. And like side lateral raises. 4 sets of 8. That's it. And if you want to add some abs in because you want to get a little ab work, hanging leg raises are perfect to do. But 4 sets of 8. 3-4-8. 3 days, 3 exercises each day at 4 sets of 8. It's a great way to get yourself back in the groove once you've been on a break. Now, some people like to go back into the gym and, just have a fuck it day. All right? And that's what I like to sometimes do. When I get back from a long business trip, where I've been tired and up all night, and fitness people like to do a lot of partying. It's kind of crazy when we go to these conferences. But you're sitting all day and you're learning all this really cool stuff to grow your business, or all this really cool, fitness stuff to get more knowledgeable so that I can deliver more value to you guys. We're sitting in these meetings all day and we're having a good time. And usually we get to train, but it's often fairly quick. You're doing some metabolic work. So sometimes what I like to do is just have a fuck it day. And I literally just go in and do curls and some deadlifts. But I feel so good. It feels so good, after a couple of days off, just to have that day and be like, you know what? I can follow my program, but I just want to have a fuck it day. I'm going to go in. I'm going to hammer some curls. I'm going to do some deadlifts. Maybe I'll do some squats. Maybe you just want to do chest and shoulders. Have fun. Have a fuck it day. Go in. Knock it off. But again, I highly suggest sticking to the 4x8 scheme here. Sticking with 32 reps or less, and just get some work in. One thing I'm going to talk about here real quick, and I'll delve more into this in probably a separate episode or blog post, is a unique effect called the Kohler Effect. Now, this is a psychological effect that happens when you're around other people. So if you're trying to get back in the gym and get your groove going, dude, phone a bro or a friend, whoever you can grab. Grab someone to work out with you. What happens with the Kohler Effect is that it's very weird. And studies, it could be a psychological thing evolutionarily that happened, but what happens is weaker individuals tend to strive harder to keep up with the accomplishments of others in the group, especially when performance is at stake. That's why you will hear people say all the time, if you want to get stronger, you got to lift with people who are stronger than you. Same thing I'm doing with my business. I want to grow SideQuest Fitness into the next most awesome fitness website for nerds, geeks, and awesome people out there. And that's why I'm going to my mentor and learning business from him, because he succeeded and I want to grow in that. So I'm doing that for my business. Do that with the gym. It's important to have other people to train with, because it's crazy. But if you've ever asked for a spot, have you ever noticed doing a heavy bench press or even a heavy set of squats, just having someone there and lightly touching the bar, all of a sudden you feel like you could lift 1,000,000 more pounds, and it comes up faster than the rep before. It's crazy, but it happens, and that's sort of the Kohler Effect. But I'll go into that more on a separate episode. But that's basically what you can do. So those are my tips for getting back in the gym. Start slow. Use some body weight, use some lighter weights, just get a sweat on and do some, 2 or 3 sets of higher rep stuff. Or opt for 3, 4, 8. My protocol that I like to give people: 3 days a week, 3 exercises each day, 4 sets of 8. And then, of course, have your fuck it day. Go in and just rep out biceps and triceps if you want. Go in and do calves. No one does calves. No one. So don't do calves, because no one does them. But if that's what you want to do, do it. Phone a friend or a bro. Call someone and be like, hey, listen, bro, come lift with me. Hey, if you're a badass warrior princess and you want to have one of your friends come lift with you, do it. Get someone to go with you. It's more awesome when you have a group, because that's how Final Fantasies worked. Duh, you had a group. Mass Effect, you kick more ass when you got a bunch of people with you. So grab a friend or a couple of friends and go get yourself back in the gym and get that feeling going. All right, so those are my tips for getting back in the gym. So the next time you want to start something, start with a little fun. Give yourself a chance to gain some momentum and continue to press that momentum on as you go. Don't try and crush it the first day. Don't try and kill yourself. Have fun. That's what matters. Keep it light. Keep it easy. Get yourself back in the groove. Knock those cobwebs off. And in a week or two, you'll be right back to where you were before you took that break. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed chatting with you today. And I'll see you guys next week for the first episode of October. Guys, I'm really excited. 2 years. 2 years that I've been doing this podcast is coming up in October. And I don't know how to celebrate except with some whiskey. But I'm going to start planning some cool stuff. So 2 years. 2 years of the podcast, the anniversary coming up here in a few weeks. And remember, guys, get out there and kick some ass at life.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key band right here. You wanna meet them, there's no better way to greet them than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.